All right, here we go. I'm playing a rapid game. And, oh, this is a new account. Uh-oh. Well, this is a very new account. Oh, my. Anyway, I'm playing some rapid chess on chess.com, and I'm going to be attempting to sacrifice pawns at good opportunities, okay? So one way to do this is to play a gambit, but also even in the middle game or the end game, sometimes you can give up pawns and you can get other things in return for that. So I should have looked at this account before we started. Very new account. Hopefully there's no shenanigans. Okay, so he's attacking my bishop. So if I take, he takes, I have a problem. You guys see that? I have two pieces under attack. So we cannot allow that, so we're just going to go back to e2. g6. g6, a6. If I'm not mistaken, there's some crazy move here, b4, and this might just be the perfect opportunity to sacrifice a pawn, actually. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think I'm going to do it. Now, I'm not sure about the bishop, if this is where it's supposed to be. But yeah, we're going to do it anyway. So what's the point? The point is we are undermining the center control, right? Like imagine if they take, now the knight is undefended. You say, well, they're going to trade first, Nelson. Probably true. But then my knight is jumping into d5, and I'm going to be the one who's going to be able to get two pawns in the center very easily. Black has this random pawn on b4, and I don't know how valuable that is. So I think this is an interesting opportunity here to sack the pawn. So let's see how this is going to turn out. I expect we see captures and captures, followed by something like bishop g7. And my knight's probably going to go here, and the rook's probably going to come over. But let's see if black comes up with any other plans. Rob, what's up, man? How's it going? So he takes my bishop instead of the knight. Okay, interesting. I don't think that changes our plan too much. I think we just go ahead and recapture with the queen, and then again, we jump into d5 with the knight. Okay? So, and there's the bishop on g7 attacking my rook. Do I want to sacrifice the rook? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'll play rook b1. And I am threatening to take my pawn back. So if black really wants to hold on to it, there's a move like a5. I don't know if they're going to do that. They might just, I don't know, develop or play some other move. Because you have to be really careful if you're going to do this, I think. Because I already have two pieces out. My queen is out. My rook is active. I could castle and get the bishop into the game. And black still has a lot of development to have, that they need to complete. So let's see. Are they going to hold on to the pawn or not? That's the big question here. No. Okay. And I think that's a good decision. They decide to, you know what? Just give it back. Just give it back. Don't get into any trouble. So I will take it. And now they're finishing their development. Yeah, that's smart. So I can castle. I can also go for d4 right here, which looks pretty good. d4. Castling's not bad. The only thing about castling, maybe if I wait, I could launch this pawn and attack the king. I'm not sure if that's the best strategy, though, so I might just go ahead and castle. But d4 also looks pretty good. Yeah, d4. I think I like d4, actually. Let's play d4. Just giving myself a little bit more time to decide, yeah, like, do I really want to go crazy and attack, or do I want to play it safe and castle? Bishop g5 comes to mind. If they play f6, I'll just move, and I say, you know what, I've created a weakness, maybe. Just go back. I assume black is going to either play b5, bishop b7, maybe d5, maybe knight c. There's a lot of ways they could play, really. How badly do I want to attack, and how much do I want? I think we should castle. I just don't feel like this is going to be that strong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to castle. Let's play it safe this game and just see. I think our position's pretty solid, so we'll just castle. Yeah, for those of you who were following the OTB tournament, my rating going into the tournament was, I think, 2156. And after the tournament, I think it was like 21-18. I lost so many points. Like, I don't know if I've ever lost that many points in one tournament before. It may have been my worst, rating wise, it may have been my worst tournament ever. Because everybody I played was lower, every single opponent was lower rated than me. And yet they were all like pretty good players, you know? So that's just tough when that happens. Because every time you win, you hardly get any because you're higher rated. You're supposed to win. So you get like maybe 2 or 3 points, 4 points. I don't know. And then when you lose like a bunch, like 20 points or something. I don't know. So it was tough. All right. D6 is played. He wants to go bishop D7 maybe. Okay. So yeah, we got to get the bishop out. We can bring the rook over somewhere. Rook on D1. Bishop on F4, G5. I like F4. That seems like a nice kind of target. Let's go to F4. Just seems like a relatively weak pawn. So I'm just keeping my eye on it. That's all. Yeah, it's a good question, Rob. I think it's probably a little bit of both. I think 1800 is definitely stronger than it was like, 20 years ago when I was playing in those kind of tournaments. But I also think some of those players are just like you have to start somewhere, right? And you have to kind of work your way up and you just beat people along the way, and that's how you end up with some high rated player, right? They just took a bunch of points from people along the way. So, it's probably a little bit of both. Queen C7. Okay, so yeah, in line with the bishop. I'm thinking about C4, C5 to try to attack that. Yeah, C4 looks reasonable. Let's say I play C4 and they push. What happens? What happens? Do we just take it and we have a long-term target? We just drop it back? I think that makes sense. Play C4. I want to go here next. A5. So my first question is, can I still go there? Sacking the knight, because then we get the follow-up fork. Queen moves somewhere. Let's say to B6. No, then I take. So let's say queen goes here. Takes. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 3, 4, 5, 6. They have double isolated pawns. Okay, the next question is, what about E5? We take, they take, takes. Yeah, I should be able to get away with that. So I think we can play C5 here. I think we can safely play C5, temporarily sacrificing the knight. And I don't see how black's going to respond. I mean, of course they can take, and we just go into that endgame that I mentioned. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. So he's going to move his queen there. Yep, we have to take the piece back. All right, so we get this position, which I identified these as some pretty big weaknesses. So I think I'm okay with this. In fact, can we just attack it straight away is what I'm wondering. Trying to win a pawn. There's rook a4. So queen d2, rook a4. I mean, I could just pile up. It's a little bit slow, but I feel like I should have time. Oh, there might be rook d8 attacking here. We could drop back and defend. Oh, it's already defended, actually. Yeah, we'll try this. We're just going to target the weak pawn. I don't see what else. Oh, I could also play rook c1. Okay, yeah, maybe rook c1. Okay, so instead of rook here and here to attack the pawn, what if I go rook c1, rook c4 to attack the pawn? Because I also get the bonus that in the meantime, I'm controlling the file, and I might invade here as well. So rook a4, rook c1. Right? Rook a4, rook c1. Now, does black have any other moves? Like, what if they just abandon the pawn? Is there anything else they can... They don't have a lot of options, I feel like. Their position is kind of... This bishop's really bad. Let's see what else they can do. And once I get that pawn, then I can get this pawn. Oh, that's what they do. They're just going to give it to me. Ah, oh, you know why? Maybe they want this tactic. Takes, takes, takes. Uh-huh. Maybe I take with the queen instead. Takes, takes. And then if they take, I take here. Bishop, oh, bishop c6. Uh-huh. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? If I take with the rook first, then they take, I take, they take. I could play rook b1. Yeah, but there's always going to be bishop c6 at the end. That's a good move, actually. That's a very good move. So how do we get around that? I'm going to go here because now, same line, takes, 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 takes. There is no bishop c6 because my rook is covering it. So they have to do something else, so they go there right away, and I guess we push now. I guess we push. Let's push. Ah, but there's rook d8. Maybe there's rook d8, actually. Yeah. No, but I have d6. No, I have d6. Okay, we're okay. We have d6. I think. Rook d8, d6, I think. Yeah, to get away from this attack. Okay. And this is still... Oh, bishop. Maybe they want bishop c3. No, they go rook d8. Okay, let's push. Let's push. Get away from the attack from the bishop. And now I think we are threatening finally to maybe take this pawn. I'm trying to speed up because I don't want to get flagged, and I'm at risk of that. But here we go. We have this. Looks like they're not going to have time to play bishop c3 because we got the attack on the queen here. The queen's going to move somewhere. Where? Here? 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 Oh, okay, e6. Oh, they're attacking the pawn. I see, I see. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Okay, so he's going to take this pawn, but I do have knight d4, looks like. They could trade first, but I don't know. Then they're losing this pawn. Okay, so they do that. Let's go with knight to d4. And my idea is after the queen moves, we take here. Oh, bishop takes, I guess, is an option. I didn't... Okay, yeah, bishop takes. I don't know what's happening. Might be headed for a draw if bishop takes. The reason I say that is we're looking at opposite color bishops, right? Which are very drawish. If black wants to do that, probably not a lot I can do. Yep, okay. Yeah, and they're going to force queen trade too. Yeah. Can't do anything about it because I had to stop the checkmate. So it looks like we're headed for a draw unless something crazy happens. The only thing I could consider is can we attack this king along these dark squares? I'm not going to give up just yet. I'm not going to give up just yet. I'm just going to support my pawn. My pawn is further advanced than this guy, so maybe that's something. He's blockading it. Okay. Let's put the bishop here. See if we can orchestrate some kind of an attack with our rooks. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance. Okay, that's a tactic, so we can't let that happen. Let's dodge it. So there's no longer a pin, so now it's a sacrifice if they want to take that. And I'm eyeing this square. I'm eyeing this square. Maybe even we sneak around this way with the rook. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So they do give up. Okay, still going to be tough for me to win, but I want to get control of the second rank. I had to make sure I didn't get checkmated, so that's why I played the h-pawn first. I want to get my pawns on the light squares to limit the bishop. Bring my king here. It's still probably a draw, but we're going to try. I mean, we have the rook now, the extra rook. Mm-hmm. Let's trade. Let's see if we can trade these rooks. I think it's good to trade rooks in situations like don't quote me on that. But I think it's good. It's still going to be hard with bishop and pawn set up like that. There's not much we can do. But I don't know. Now we're ahead on time. So now it's going to be tougher on the opponent. Okay, they do trade. Okay. Let's first of all get our king in a better position. Let's come down here so I have lots of possibilities for where I can attack from with my rook. Uh-huh. Go ahead and just kind of keep some pressure here. Okay. I'm thinking about g4. Is it okay if I can get g4? What I'm trying to set up is a passed pawn. Yes, this is what I wanted. A passed h pawn here. Okay. Oh, he's going to get the pawn. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Actually, maybe I did. What? What? Why did they go there? Why did they go there? Okay, we did it. Somehow we did it. I don't actually know. Is a rook Is a rook? I think it's a draw. I'm pretty sure a rook against a bishop is supposed to be a draw. I don't know if anyone in the chat can confirm that. I think it's a draw if it's played perfectly, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously, it's you can't let them checkmate you. I did have a brilliant move. Okay. C5. All right. The brilliant knight sacrifice was the move. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think Black's big mistake was probably when they decided to sack the rook here. No, actually, that is the Stockfish move. Wow. Okay, never mind. Interesting. So I was going to have some serious pressure with the bishop coming to f6. So Stockfish says that was the best way. And then I guess the big mistake was, yeah, trading the rook was one thing. And then what? Where did the, so I'm totally winning. So where did it change? Yeah, allowing my rook to kind of get behind was not good. And now the passed h-pawn is very dangerous. So black, yeah, black's already losing at this point, actually. Ooh, h5 was not, I needed to play rook h8 first. Why? What is Stockfish trying to do here? I don't know what it's doing. It's going back and forth because that's what Stockfish does. Rook e8. Rook d8. Come on, Stockfish. What's your plan? What's your plan? Tell me. I don't know what Stockfish. Anyway, it didn't like h5 for some reason. I don't know. That was the big mistake. So if they play king g8, takes, I come up, and yet this is a draw. This is a draw. As long as they don't get checkmated, it's a draw. Yeah. So I got lucky here with the checkmate. Wow. Wow. Did we lose the? Yeah, we lost the brilliant counter. It's somewhere, but I don't have access to it at the moment. So it's there, but I kind of stopped keeping up with it. I wasn't getting enough brilliant moves to make it worth the time. All right, who do we have? Another Sicilian. We got white again. Okay. B5, I assume, is happening. Let's see. Oh, nope. So, okay, we're going to do a Grand Prix attack. F4. We will get an opportunity in the Grand Prix attack to sacrifice a pawn, most likely. Bring out the knight. G6, bishop G7. Yep. Okay. So we go queen e1 because we want to come over here and checkmate the king. And the pawn that we usually sacrifice is this guy right here. And the point is we want to open up our rook. We want to open up our bishop. And the fact that we lose a pawn here doesn't really matter. It's just a pawn. You get all these pieces into the game. They're just going to try to ignore us. But I am going to make this trade while I have the bishop lined up here, because it forces the pawn to capture this way, which is a good thing for us, because when our queen comes over, there's no longer any h5 moves that we have to worry about. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And my plan is very simple. Knight g5, get rid of the knight, checkmate the king. Extremely simple plan. And now it's on black to figure out how to survive. And I don't know if that's going to do it. I'm actually just thinking we just go. We just go. They don't have time to take this because of what I showed you. This is just game over. This is just game over. So they have to deal with this threat immediately. So this doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. So what's black going? I mean, they're going to realize it now. Maybe they try knight h5. Oh, but this is still awful now because we have the, yeah, this is a perfect example of the Grand Prix attack and what black has to be careful of. Okay, they do go knight h5, but this has got to be game over. The question is, which way do we take, right? We have three options. Knight looks very powerful because we hit the queen. But if the queen just moves, then what's my follow-up? If I move my knight, then I lose my bishop. So I think in order to not lose the bishop, we take with the bishop. Yeah, because I don't want to lose that piece when I can just keep it in the attack, right? Also, this looks very useful as well as a follow-up to keep the attack going. Okay, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we just take. Now, the only thing is, okay, let's say we take, check. Yeah, it definitely looks like it should be winning. The only thing I'm contemplating is, do I want to instead move my bishop so that I can recapture with my rook? I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it really matters. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure I'm. So takes, check. If I go back to g1, there is this move bishop d4. Look at that. I could actually lose the game. Wow, I could lose the game. So I could go to here. Okay, so takes, check. We go this way. Threatening to just win. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Still have to be careful though. So other option is just bring the bishop, which also looks good. But no, it should be winning. All right, we'll take it. But good example of how you can throw a winning position if you're not paying attention, right? Like moving the king back to g1 and then letting the bishop come in and then moving the king to the corner and getting checkmated, right? Like that could easily happen. So we won't go that way. We'll go the other way. And oh, I think I'm okay, but I did not. Okay, yeah, he wants to just checkmate me. I didn't even. Okay, I have to do this. I have to sack the bishop now. Wow, wow. Okay, we're fine, but man, that was. Whew. Yeah, I should have just moved the bishop, I think. Okay, I think we're still fine because the rook defends, and black's position was so bad that even losing the piece, I'm still going to be winning. But man, I need to pay more attention. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Thankfully, I have just amazing attack over here, but... Yeah, so I probably should have just played bishop e3 right here. Because then I stop all counterplay from black. I still have all of these threats. They're not going to be able to do anything. And then the game is over. The way that I did it just, yeah, made it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, for those asking, why do we sack the bishop here? Because if I move my king, that's checkmate. Game is over. So we sack the bishop so that now the rook is defending. And it's not checkmate. And now I can keep playing and I'm going to win the game. Rook f2 also worked? No, I don't think rook f2 worked. I don't think so, did it? Rook f2? In this position, rook f2 loses my queen. That's a fork. We lose the queen. And then we lose the game. So yeah, I definitely can't do rook f2. This is the only move. This is the only move here. So I guess black's trying to figure out if there's any way they can not get checkmated. And unlikely. It is very unlikely because I'm always going to have my rook cutting off the f file, so the king's not going to be able to escape. Even if they trade, I still replace it, right? So there's always that. So they're trying to run. I think we just take it. If I want to come here, rook h8 is not a possibility because rook f7. Let's see, can they move their rook somewhere and then try to run? No, that just loses immediately. Check. Oh, do I have a cool checkmate here? Let's see. Takes. I wanted to sack my queen, but maybe I can't. Takes. Check here, check here. No, I guess we can't sack the queen, so we just go here instead. That's a forced checkmate. I was trying to do it in a different way, but cool. All right, so I had a little bit of an oversight, but we still got the W. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. So I guess Stockfish was okay with it because I had bishop e3. But if I didn't have bishop e3, I would have lost the game. So yeah, I mean, let's see. It wanted knight g5 first. I don't know what the significance is of going there first. The idea is the same, but for some reason, it's more powerful to go with the knight first. Don't know why. Okay, yeah, this is just knight g5. Great. Oh, so Stockfish actually prefers what I did. Interesting. As opposed to going bishop e3 right away. Because now queen d7, followed by queen g4, and black is not getting checkmated. They're still going to be in a losing position, but they avoid the checkmate. So the way that I did it in the game, you can no longer play queen d7. You don't have time. Interesting. So I sort of stumbled upon the best move, even though I missed bishop d4 right away. But bishop e3 saves the game. We're fine. And yeah, black never gets a chance to do this maneuver. Okay, how about that? And now it's just a checkmate like we saw. Oh, rook f8 leads to it. Wait, rook f8? Bishop f7. Ah, there was another checkmate. Look at that. Okay, lots of checkmates there. Okay, well, great example of the Grand Prix attack. You can see how powerful. Remember when I said we're sacrificing this pawn, right? If black really wanted to, they could have taken and taken and taken. But what I wouldn't have even recaptured this. I would have just said, fine, you got my pawn. I'm going to just keep attacking. Queen h4, bishop h6 or g5, knight g5, rook comes up and over, and we don't even care. I mean, if they want to just keep taking, we just keep trying to checkmate. Knight g5, same thing. Look at this. They want to take another pawn? Okay, game is over. Checkmate. Those pawns don't matter, right? Okay, let's do it. All right, we got a 2200. Let's see what we can do with the black pieces. How do we sacrifice a pawn? How do we sacrifice a pawn? So there's this gambit. Okay. Ooh, I'll show you a way. I'll show you guys a way. Watch this. Watch this. We push it. They're going to go back here. And now we sack the pawn. Why do we do this? Because we are hoping that these pawns actually jam up white's position and they can't develop their pieces easily. I really would like to prevent d4. So I'm going to go knight c6 so that if they play it, I can take it. Because I want them to keep these pawns as long as possible so that the bishops are stuck. And in the meantime, I'm going to be playing e5, and you'll notice my bishops are quite happy. See the difference? Look at this. And it only cost us 1 pawn to do that, right? So this is great. This is awesome. Okay, so let's see what's the threat. This is a pin, so they want to take here or play d4. It's pretty smart. So bishop d7 comes to mind. Yeah, bishop d7. So that now we are threatening to actually do something like that. Okay. So I think I'm considering sacking another pawn, with the idea that I'll play rook b8 and just gain some more time. So knight f6 is what I want to play. Now, there's one thing. If I play knight f6, what happens on knight g5? We have to make sure we're prepared for this so we don't get checkmated. And unfortunately, the only move that I see would be queen e7, which is not what I want to play because I don't want to block my bishop. So oh. Okay. All right, guys, here we go here. So what if I go bishop e6, sack the pawn this way, and then play knight to b4, an amazing move, because I'm threatening these two very big things. And how is white going to deal with that? Check, we have c6. You go back, you defend one, but you don't defend the other. We come in with the, oh yes. Oh yes. Sacking another pawn to maintain the initiative, keep the attack going, and knight to b4. What a move. And you're going to see the problem with white's position very soon, I think. They play knight c3, so they deal with one, but they don't deal with this. They're just giving me the... So the only thing I'm thinking about is, do I do it now or do I throw in this move first? I think we throw in this move first. And the reason is, if I go there, they go here. I take the rook. They have this annoying move, check. And I can't block with the queen because I lose my rook. So I have to play bishop d7 going on the defensive. And I don't know if I like that as much. I think I'd rather have my rook be more active and leave the bishop here. I don't know, actually. Yeah, no, my instinct is just for some reason telling me I should play this. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this move in. And then go for this. Not 100% sure, but I don't know why. I just felt like that was the smart thing to do. Okay, so we got the exchange. And more importantly, I think we got white's king in the center. Now, they are starting to unleash the pieces a little bit, so we do need to be a little bit careful, like bishop b5 check, for example. You can almost trap the queen. It just has one square to go to. I was trying to see if there was a way to trap it. Three, 6, 7, 8, 3, 6, 3, 4, 5. So we're down 3 pawns, but we do have the rook over there. So is trading this a good idea? I don't like that it can push forward and that this happens, but I also want to get my pieces out quickly. Okay, let's say I take, and I don't know, something like knight b5 or bishop b5 are the most logical moves, I think. So let's just start with one. Check. What's my response going to be? Bishop d7? No, I can't do that. So we have to stop that. I mean, if I play c6, maybe I play bishop b4 because I need my king to be able to get away from this area of the board. I think that's the most valuable thing I can do in this position. So bishop b4 maybe. Okay. I'm basically saying, look, this check is very dangerous for me. And I need somewhere for my king to go. Okay, I needed it. And there we go. Now I'm kind of tucked away. I can breathe for a little bit. Okay, he plays there. Oh, that's a blunder. That's a blunder, I think. Do you guys see why? Because the bishop... Oh, maybe there's queen c5. Maybe there's queen c5. Thought it was a blunder. Maybe there's queen c5 check. What is going on there? Thought they blundered the piece. Now I'm wondering. Okay, they did. They did. I think they had queen c5 check. But now... Ah, did they want bishop a3? Wow, this position, man. Okay, so if I take it, there is check with the bishop. We can block, but then... Oh, yeah, we can block. Knight c6. Wow. Check. King goes here. We get a rook. Then they take. I take. They take. Check. Oh, my goodness. What is happening, guys? What is happening? Do we have any other options? Okay, so takes, check, knight here. I don't think I have any other options. Oh, queen b8 maybe. Maybe queen... No, there's a knight on c6. We can't go to b8. Okay. So takes, check. I could try to go back. That looks really scary for some reason. I don't know. I think we have to go this route and try to figure it out. I think that's the only thing that makes sense. So knight e7 is going to be hit with knight c6. If I go here, I get a rook. I lose a knight. If the knights are traded, I lose the bishop for this. So I get a rook and a bishop for a queen. He has this annoying check. And then I go back. So I have a ton of pieces, though. I have two rooks, a bishop, and a knight. He's got a bunch of pawns. I don't know how many of those pieces I'm going to be able to hold on to. Or I move here. But can I survive moving there? Queen a4. Maybe bishop d7. So takes, check. We go back. He goes back. We could go to c6. Ah, Kevin, wow. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. What should I do, guys? What's going to be more interesting? I think, you know, what's going to be more interesting is this one. We're going to have a bunch of pieces against a queen, essentially. Oh, no. I forgot about something. He doesn't have to fork me. He just takes it. Oh, no. Oh, no. He just takes my queen. In all my calculations, I was thinking this move. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, we got to change plans. We got to change plans. Yeah, what's happening now? What's happening now? Okay, hold on. Two rooks. I am up a rook at the moment. I can also win another rook. But then we have this thing. Check, we go here. Check, we could sack. Or it's a draw. I'm going to run out of time if I don't make a quick decision. Can't sack now. I get mated. So I think only option is to go for it and hope that things... Actually, wait. Do we have... No, we don't. Wait, do we? Wait. Do we actually have an attack instead of the rook? Guys, the queen can come over this way. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Oh, f4. Oh, wait, no, knight c2. Knight c2. King's gonna run. No, the queen can come in now. Queen can come in, or here, or here. Oh, f4. g5. Wait. That's the only check I have. I have to do it. It gives my king a place to run. Oh, it does give my king a place to run. Okay, but I could... Okay, so we take the rook, or do we go here? Check. I think we gotta run. I think we gotta run. The rook is not that important. It's fine if we just trade here. Okay, we have 37 seconds. We're in a winning position. Can we win? H5, H4. Queen can come over. What's he gonna do? Check, takes. No, he doesn't have any big threats. Oh, he can take this and come in here. That's his big threat, this one. So H5 check, F6. Check, we take it. Now what is that move? That's a bad move. Okay, here we go. H4 is coming. H4 is coming. If this one we take it, I think. Or we go queen over. He wants to hide. We can't let him hide. We can't let him hide. No. No hiding for you, my friend. I don't have time to let him hide. We got to checkmate. We got to checkmate. Knight here. Oh, 91. 91. Yeah, the 91 threatens this one. We take that. No problem. 91. You know, queen b7. Then we have H4. And then where's the checkmate? We have to take this. Where's the checkmate? I don't see it. We're threatening the skewer. We're threatening this one. This one, if he tries to run. We have rook over as well. Rook e8 could be a useful move. We have all these moves at our disposal. Okay. This is good. Do you have any checks? No. Okay, this one I didn't see. Let's just stay away from any checks. Keep the position the way that it is. Yeah. This should be a win, right? We either take the queen or we checkmate the king. Where's the checkmate? Where's the checkmate, guys? Oh, he's gonna block that. No. This is checkmate. What am I? No, is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? That's checkmate. Checkmate. I think that's checkmate. I'm fairly certain that's checkmate. It's a weird one. Yes. The power of the queen and the knight is amazing. Yes. I have no idea. I have no idea how I saw that because when I played this, no, sorry. When I played this move, my intention was simply to take the rook. That's it. And then I don't even know why I decided to look for this. And that just led to a whole bunch of amazing things. That was, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, let's see what the game review looks like. Kevin almost threw me off with the super large super chat right at the critical moment. But it worked out nicely. Yeah, okay. 84. Oh, I'll show you guys. 84, 73, not bad. No brilliant moves in that game. Are you kidding me? That felt like the most brilliant game I've played in a long time. Okay. So we sack the pawn so that we can blockade his position. Great. Mission accomplished. Awesome. And then we sack another pawn. Okay, Stockfish doesn't like it. Stockfish just wanted me to develop another piece. But I thought I was pretty brilliant here. The move is a6. What? Why is the move a6? What does Stockfish want to do? Now you want to play rook b8? and queen c8. What in the world? And rook b7. This is what Stockfish wanted. It wanted to trap the queen by playing a6 and queen c8. Are you kidding me? And rook b7. Are you kidding me, Stockfish? And you can't go here because of the... Okay, that's just ridiculous. All right. Anyway, I did this. Bishop b4. Yes, bishop b4 was the best move. Because if I play any other move, guys, this is really dangerous for me now. This is really dangerous because my king can't get away. And after this, you know, it's just not a great position. Yeah, bishop b4 was a good move. Tuck the king away. Takes was the best move. This was the best move. I thought he had queen c5 here. Oh, queen d6. Oh. And the idea is you have a double attack. Wow. Look at that. Okay. So, they took, I took, knight e7. Queen e8, best move. Yeah. So that was the wrong plan. Stockfish says just play h5. Wow. Just play h5 so that you can run and get away from the checks. That's what it wants you to do. Just get away from those checks. Okay. Interesting. So, back to the game. I did go for this route. And, hey, Kevin, thank you. 20 gifted memberships. All right. Stockfish actually says it's equal if I take or if I go here. How about that? It's a draw regardless. So if we would have gone down the original route, and let's say white plays something like this, it says it's a draw because he can just check me and I just have to keep going back. And the only way that I get away from the checks is if I'm willing to sack my queen here, but then I just get mated. So it would have been a draw. So why does Stockfish think it's still a draw after this? Aha. Because you have to play c4, d3, king e3, and now only one move in this position. Are you kidding me? Only one move for me. g5, only move. To give my king places to run, that's a losing move. So now white has to take. I take. Somehow Stockfish... Oh. It's going to be some crazy perpetual check. Look at this. This game is just insane. Look at this. He has a perpetual check now. And if I do anything else, it's a loss for me. Oh my. Okay. What in the world? But my opponent messed up, and now I'm winning. The knight comes in. The pawn comes in. Ooh, I should have actually just taken the rook, according to Stockfish at this point. But we still ended up getting the win with the beautiful queen and knight combo. A queen f2 was better. Didn't see that. But this got the job done. Wow. Wow. What a game. What a game. Ah. You love seeing the live games. The commentary's been great. Would love to see a video of him going over your games with you. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I have a couple of ideas. I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through with them or not on ways to continue using that footage from the tournament, but we'll see. Yeah, I appreciate the suggestion. Thank you, Kevin, for the memberships and the super chat. Appreciate that. Man, what a game, guys. This game was... Whew. I'm just proud of myself for seeing queen b5 because that was... Yeah, I don't know where that even came from. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. G3. So, let's get a pawn in the center. Let's get another pawn in the center. Let's push by. And my idea is, if you want to attack on the flank, you want the center to be relatively closed. So that's what I'm going for. I would like to attack over here, and I want this to be close. Okay, this is some wild stuff now. I don't know what this is. F4. Wow. I think that's a mistake. Here's why. Here's why. If I took this and they took me back, bam, we would be happy, right? The problem is they could take with the bishop, right? So do I have a way to make the bishop capture not possible? Well, I just did it. I just did it with a little check. So now I'm going to take here. This is not a legal move anymore. And, oh, but I am losing a piece. Oops. Well, you know what? It's all right. I didn't see that, but I'm not really that upset with myself because guess what? White's king is not safe. So we're going to have a very interesting game now. And in fact, I think we can immediately just go attack that. How are you going to defend it if you're white? You can't unless you play king f2, which can't be a good move. It just can't be a good move. So queen g5. Let's do it. Notice rook h3, not an option. Knight e2 to defend the pawn, not an option. The queen can't get to the pawn. The bishop can't get to the pawn. Only move to defend is here, but that's awful because then I have like knight f6 to g4 to get you. And otherwise, I'm coming in here. So this is... We're on move 9. Okay, he goes for it. He goes for it, but I don't think this is going to end well for white. I really don't. I think knight f6 is the move. Now, we could check. Then he just moves. He just moves. I don't have a follow-up. So I think we go here. The only other option would be h6. No, but I don't want to give him an opportunity to sack the rook. So we're going to go to f6. And the idea is, look at this square and look at this square. My queen and my knight. We've seen it. We just saw it in the last game. The queen and the knight combo is crazy. So it's happening, guys. It's happening. Best subscription you ever invested in was breaking 1,500. Nice. Thanks, William. Thanks a lot. Glad to hear that. All right, folks. That's a good move. He's covering some of the dark squares. That's a smart move. That being said, I still think we're jumping in here. Still think we're jumping in. Now, oh man, there's an absolutely disgusting move. I don't know if it's good, but these opportunities don't come along that often. You have to go for them. I'm gonna go for it probably. He's gonna play king g2, and I think I'm going to move here. That's what I think I'm going to do. Man, it might not be a good move though, even though it's an amazing move. Why is it such an amazing move? Because if he takes my queen, I take his bishop, and I get my queen back on the next move, so I actually win a piece. He can't take my queen, so my queen is essentially invincible. So that's on the table. Now, I don't know if it's a good move. I could also go here first, but that's just a trade. I'm still down a piece. I do have a bunch of pawns. 2, 3, 6, 3. Not that many pawns. So essentially, I'm down a piece, but I have an attack on the king. So I don't really want to trade queens unless I can win a piece. The queen here threatens this. The issue is he can defend with knight h3. Man, too bad that this move doesn't have more to it than just a simple tactic. That's too bad. Love to get this bishop into the fight. Maybe I go queen e3 c5. Maybe I go queen e3 c5. So let's say he goes queen f1 though, or queen e1, because then okay, queen e1 dodges the fork. Yeah, queen e1, I'd have to move my queen. Man, that's too bad, guys. It was a good move. Bishop d2 was a good move, yeah. I can go back to e7 and then try to play c5 and bishop b7. Maybe that's what I need to do. Ah, man. Yeah, I want to go c5, bishop b7, I think. Be right back, guys. Bathroom break. All right, what did I miss? I missed knight f3. Missed knight f... Okay. The check doesn't really do much for me. I think c5 is still the move because we really need this bishop here. The other thing, h5, h4. I don't know about that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go c5. Definitely feel like this is the way. This bishop on this diagonal looks really nice to attack the king. Okay, knight a3. What's his plan? He wants to go here. Check. There is a check. I'm just going to sidestep, I think. I'm okay doing that because I don't mind the rook on h8 in this position because I want to push this, so that's fine. Okay, so he's going for this. All right, all right. So do I castle? Yeah, let's castle. What we want to do is get this rook here. And then I think we start pushing these pawns. Okay, we need to defend the knight. So maybe h5. Okay, this is not a blunder because, well, for one, it's pinned, so we just take it. But also we have f6. But yeah, mostly it's just pinned. Which means, actually, I could play g5 next. This is not an option. I could play g5, h4. Ooh, that's a very good move, I think. Because he's going to have to go back and then h4. And this guy's coming over. We're getting all the pieces on the king. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Let's go. Now we've opened up the G file. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's not going to cut it. No, I don't think that's going to cut it. Surely we must have something. Let's see. What do we do? What do we do? He's going to try to tuck his king, but I don't know. It just feels like I should have something powerful because the bishop is right on the king. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying? So knight e5 is an option. Yeah, what about 95 rook g3? What if we do that? What if we just do that? Okay, I want to go rook g3. That's it. That's it. I just want to go there. These pieces are kind of useless for him. They're not doing anything. And the rook. So let's go. Let's go. Continue with the plan. Can't take, I don't think, because then we open up this guy. But I'm threatening to take you. If you go back, now I have enough pieces here. What? What? Okay, what about queen e6? Oh. 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 Haha. Haha. I almost missed it. I almost missed it. What an interesting game. What an interesting game. This was... The opening to this game was something else. 56-72, yeah. I mean... Alright, let's take a look. He plays this move. Yeah, it's a bad move. Bishop b4. And what Stockfish wanted was not that. Because of I blundered it. I blundered a piece. But it turned out okay for me because I had some serious weaknesses that I could focus on. Stockfish says I should have just played knight 97, defending here. So there's no longer a tactic. We just recapture with the knight and keep our bishop defended. Now I am threatening this. So white would have to take me, and then I could castle, and we have this position where my knight can jump in, and we still have this weakness that we take advantage of. That's the Stockfish approved way. My version was lose a piece and then just attack. And you could see Stockfish says, no, this is not the way. Best move was knight f3, by the way. Just sacking the pawn back and running over here to this side of the board. Bishop g4, king c2. I don't know. Knight takes, yeah, and white's winning. He had to just get away. He had to just get away from the weak area of the board, and he was going to be fine. However, knight f2, and oh, I should have played c5 immediately. And when the bishop moves, go with the check, and then knight f6. That's what Stockfish wanted. I don't know why. I think knight f6 looked good. Yeah, we just gradually kind of outplayed him here with the attack. White didn't defend very well. Okay. Okay. By the way, thanks again to Kevin, single-handedly making it worth my while to live stream, sponsoring these live streams lately. Appreciate that. Sorry, Connor. I just saw your question now. Sorry about that. Where the queen takes the rook on g3. The line where the queen takes the rook on g3. I didn't realize. When did that happen? Okay, so normally I would take this back, but since we're doing a stream where we sacrifice pawns, let's leave it. So we'll give them the option to hold on to the pawn if they want. And this is now the Scotch gambit. Okay? And again, we'll sack another pawn. The idea is we just want our pieces out quickly. We want open files. We want to attack, and we don't care if we lose a pawn. Okay? D6, very passive move. I'm not sure if it's good. I guess we take back now, since I want to develop my knight to c3 and that pawn stopping me, so I'll go ahead and take it since they give me the opportunity. Andreas was really impressed with the aggressive tactical style. Yeah, yeah. I did watch most of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Yes. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to do. Just come up with, my idea was that playing against young kids who've really studied a lot of opening theory, which I know they have, I was thinking like, okay, if I play some weird, crazy stuff, they will be less prepared and I'll have an easier game. Didn't exactly work out for me, but that was kind of what my mindset was. Bishop e7. Okay. Let's just develop a piece. We'll just get the pieces out. Just get the pieces out. Black's going to castle. And I don't know. Do I want to hop in here? Do I want to go to f5? Don't think so. Takes. Then we give up d5 stuff. Well, I guess they can't right away. So we could play knight f5. f4 to take control of this square. It doesn't look totally crazy. Yeah, what do we do here, guys? What do we do? F4. What's black going to do if I play f4? Because I don't like this knight jumping into e5, so that's why I'm thinking f4. Bishop g4, knight g4. Let's do it. I don't see too many problems with this move. Rook e8. Okay. I kind of want to play the move king h1. I don't know why. I just feel like getting away from this diagonal and then bringing out my bishop makes sense, but maybe I should worry about this instead. Could always trade this knight off so it's not a liability. That's one thing I'm thinking about. What I mean by liability is like if I ever move my queen, I might lose my knight, right? So like by trading it, I give myself the option to like move this queen around, and then we could consider e5 more. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take it and consider e5. So e5, the idea is takes, and we have something happening here. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But I think I want to get some pieces out first. So let me go ahead. I want to make sure that my rook can help if we need it. And we have control of this diagonal. Now I'm thinking e5. Bishop e6. Okay. So what if I take it? What if I take it and go e5? What happens? The knight moves somewhere to d5. We take, they take, I take, they take. I don't know what's going on. Alternatively, I drop it back, leave the bishop sit there. No, I want to take it. I think this e6 pawn might be a weakness. So I'm going to go ahead and push this and try to take advantage of this guy. Last game after rook g3, he brought his king up and blundered the fork. But I think he could sack his queen for 2 rooks. Oh, because this queen was on f2? Oh, I see, I see. Huh. Yeah, interesting. Because my rook on h8 was undefended? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I see. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe, yeah, maybe we can look at that. Right now, I have to figure out what's going on in this position. So I think what happened here is good for me because if you look at all the pawns, this guy has tons of weak pawns. I have one, but he's got 4 weak pawns. So I have to think that that was a good, you know, whatever happened was good for me. Now, we have to be a little careful here. Bishop d4 runs into c5. Bishop f4 runs into a check, and I move and I get forked. So I do have to be a little careful. In fact, do I have to sack the pawn, actually, is my question. Do I have to sack the pawn? That's a pretty good move. I didn't see that. I'd love to play bishop d4, c5, h3 and trade, but it's not a trade because after takes, I lose a piece, right? So here, c5, I have to go back to f2. Rook e1, he's going to take and pin me. Actually, he's just going to take and pin me regardless. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is a very good move. Ooh. Very, very good move. What do I do? What do I do? I don't know, guys. I did not see how powerful this was going to be. Like, I saw it, and I think I quickly thought I could just, you know, move and not, it's not a big deal, but I missed this follow-up. Wow. So option 1, we sack the exchange. Play like 94 and try to get some compensation. Option 2, we what? Man, I don't even have any other options, do I? Wow. Because I can't move my bishop anywhere. I can't defend it any good way. Wow. This move. So good. Such a good move. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, can I go here and take with the king? Can I do that? Okay, maybe I can do that. I'm trying to just sack one pawn and then play on. That's what I'm trying. Yeah, maybe that's what I do. Okay. Sheesh. I think this is the only way. You go here and you take with the king instead of the rook. Because I want to avoid this, obviously, and then I'm okay giving him one pawn. Because, like I said, the weaknesses are really bad. I think one pawn is not a big deal. Trying to avoid losing a rook. So here we go. Now, if black plays something like rook f8, okay, no, they do take. All right. So we're down one pawn, but now our position is actually not so bad. Let's go rook e1. We can start piling up. We don't have these weaknesses anymore because our bishop's in a good spot. Yeah. Then knight goes back to g4. What do I do? h3 takes. If I take, we get... Let's see. No, okay. Fine, he goes bishop f6. He wants to go to c4, what it looks like. Maybe I go bishop d4. Yeah, let's go bishop d4. This bishop's too strong. I think we need to trade this bishop. Once we get rid of the bishop, then my rooks can start invading, and I feel a lot better about my position. So knight c4 takes, b3, goes g4. Okay, fine. I'm going to trade the... Ah, he's keeping me out. Okay, I see that. Interesting. Huh. Guy's got some clever moves. Let's reposition the knight to c5. I'm still optimistic about my position because the pawns are really bad. So I think we're okay, but I do need to figure out a way to... Yeah, knight c5, if we get that knight planted on c5, we're maybe in a bit better shape. We could just support it with b4. We could support that pawn. So this guy is very powerful. Goes e5. Okay. I play h3. I don't want the knight coming in here, and then I'll start running with my king. I do need to pick up the pace. Don't want to lose on time here, so let's go with the king. There's no options for the knight to come in. We'll play b3 for now. And we'll see. Maybe in the future I will push further. I guess there's rook b5. What happens on rook b5? Knight d7 maybe? Yep, it does go for that. Okay, let's play the rook ending. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's a good move too. Wow, this guy is just outplaying me. This is not going well, guys. Okay, play c4. Also gonna get flagged. That's the other problem. Maybe we can go for that pawn. I gotta go fast when I get flagged. Easily can get flagged in this rook ending, so I gotta go really fast. If he takes, I think, ooh. Go here, get away from that threat. Okay, so we sneak by. And we target this pawn now, is the question. Yeah, we should be able to win one of these pawns, I think. Because once I get the rook on h5, he's got to guard this and this. How does he do that, right? Check, we just go back. You can't push because you're rook, so I don't think that's going to help him. But yeah, rook h5 next, and then we can win these pawns. I mean, then we're in good shape. And then we have 2 against 1 and probably winning endgame for us. Rook h5 is what we are going to do next. I think black might be regretting pushing this right now because it was easier to defend before. Now it's very difficult, I think, for them to defend both of these pawns. Does he want to go rook f7? Oh, rook f7 is what he wants to do. Interesting. I have to go rook h5 and then e4. I guess I can start attacking. Rook f7, rook h5, e4 here. Maybe I'll even go to c5 first, then go there. Okay, but they're spending so much time though. I'm gonna catch up if they keep thinking this long. Okay, rook h5. I want to force the rook to come up so it's off the 7th rank before I go attack the a7 pawn. What I want to do. I think that's the only move, right? I mean, what else can they play if they don't push that pawn? I don't see what else they're gonna do. What? What is that? Looks like an awful move. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, this looks like an awful move. You lose 2 pawns. You just lose 2 pawns. Not sure what's going on. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, why did I do that? I just blundered. Ay, 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 ay. Just blundered, guys. Oh, man. A big mistake. Yeah, he sees it too. Yeah. That was really bad. Might still be okay. Might still be okay. Yeah, we are. Okay. Shoo. Because he can never take it, right? He can never take it. And I can take his. So it's a winning endgame. This doesn't really matter. Yeah. Whew. All right. Tough game. Got it at the end. Okay. Pretty well played game. They played this middle game really well, I think. Like right around here. Yeah, I totally missed how powerful knight g4 was going to be. Stockfish has best move bishop f2. Okay, yeah. So, and then we get this endgame, which is equal. Even though I'm down a pawn, it's equal because these are really bad. This is weakness. Yeah, and if they don't push the pawn... Oh, no, actually pushing the pawn is the best move. What? That's the Stockfish move. Are you kidding me? Why would you play... Why would you play f3? Then you have to play f2. And then you defend. And then you push e4. This game is so... And if I take, I lose the game. Wow. Because of this. Oh, man. Stockfish is just... It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Meanwhile, Kevin's super chat is still at the top. Right on. They're a streamer. Okay. How do we gambit a pawn against d4? How do we do it, guys? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Maybe I'll play this tango thing, this tango opening. What do you guys think about that? That's turning chess into your job, taking away any of its enjoyment. Biggest hobby outside of chess? Oh, that's a good question. Not really. Like it can if I'm not careful. So I've learned to like choose what videos I make, what content I decide to, like I have to be careful with how I choose that because I could very easily go down a path where it's like I don't really want to do this, but I just have to because that's my job. But as long as I'm careful about just doing things that I find fun, that no, it's been okay. But I've had some moments even recently where I was just like, what am I even doing? Like, what videos should I make? Like, yeah. So it happens from time to time, but in general, I know I've enjoyed it for the most part. Outside of chess, recently I've taken up pickleball. So much fun. So I played racquetball, I played ping pong, and it's sort of like it kind of feels like oversized ping pong. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So pickleball's great. I'm getting into that. Stops me from playing E5, which is what I really wanted to play, guys. Or can I do it anyway? Can I do it anyway? D5. No, D5 is a move, right? E4 takes. Yeah, you know what? The name of the stream is sacrifice a pawn, right? So let's do it. Let's sacrifice a pawn. Yeah, oh yeah. Pickleball is a lot of fun. If you've never tried it, you should definitely give it a try. Just stay out of the kitchen. That's one of the rules you'll learn. Kitchen. So my idea here, guys, is like we're probably gonna lose a pawn one way or another, but I'm gonna just make sure that I develop my pieces quickly and rapidly, and don't worry about it. That's basically it. For example, if they take, I'm thinking we just go knight g4, try to get it back this way. If they take this way, we'll obviously trade first and then go knight g4 and then d6 to follow it up, which defends and lets out the pieces. So that's my plan anyway. This is called the Black Knights Tango, according to chess.com, where you just bring out these two knights like this. I played it in the tournament, but I didn't get to really get to a position that I was happy with because my opponent was just trading every piece they got a chance that game. It's kind of strange. Like, oh, trade, 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 trade. And then I messed up the end game. Saw that game. Okay, so here we go. Let's go with knight g4. They have a couple of options, bishop f4 and bishop g5. And I suppose on bishop g5 I'll go bishop e7. Maybe f6 makes sense as well. Yeah, f6 could get interesting, but I think bishop e7, because once my queen comes out, then we have some other threats that white has to be careful of. So bishop e7 seems like a reasonable choice. On bishop f4, I may go with the check followed by queen e7. Okay, let's just do the one I said, bishop e7. Okay, so again, maybe I just recapture the pawn. Maybe I go here. Maybe I go here. Okay, I'm not going to go here anymore. Yeah, we probably just recapture. I mean, check, queen d2. I think I'd rather leave the queens on the board for now. Although this knight coming to d5 could be a bit annoying. Yeah, we'll just take the pawn back for now. I mean, I guess worst case, he takes. Interesting. So which way? Do I want my queen up there? Or my knight? Huh. Yeah, let's do the queen. Let's actually check with the queen. Because, you know, normally one of the downsides to getting your queen there is like you get chased around by the pieces, but there's no knight that could chase me. There's no dark squared bishop that can chase me. So I feel like the queen is actually quite powerful just sitting there. Let's castle. And now we can get the bishop out. Probably just d6 and develop the bishop. Okay, so white's going to play bishop e2 or bishop d3, right? Right. So d6, does his knight jump in? No, we're going to be able to take some stuff. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Go d6. And the plan is simple. Get the bishop out somewhere, and then the rooks can come into the game. So where do we put the bishop? Here or here? Yeah, I'm happy trading this, I think. Let's go ahead and offer the trade. Let's go offer the trade. Okay. So this is, yeah, I mean, this is a great position. It should be very equal. We do have to watch out for a few things, so let's be careful here. This one's covered. So this is the only real threat. We could go back or play rook c8 or something else. I think I like rook c8. Just don't let me forget, guys. Please do not let me forget about this. Okay, that's obviously what white wants to do. So what's the easiest solution? Just move the queen. I'm going to move it. No longer a fork on e7 where I lose my queen, and comes with an attack. So if they play b5, now I can just go knight e5, and we have a free pawn. You've never seen Nelson ahead on time. Wow. Wow. It's true. It's true. I'm very rarely ahead on time. Wait a second. Wait a second. Option number 1, we just take the pawn. Okay, then he goes rook over. He gets maybe a little bit of counterplay. Option number 2, we take first, then we go knight here. But then we get forked. Then we get forked. Maybe that's what he's trying to set up. He's trying to set up some sort of rook over. I move b5. I move. I get forked. Wonder if I just play rook e8 to defend. No, I think we take the pawn. I think we take the pawn and then we just deal with it. Okay, okay. Maybe that's what he wants to do. He wants to go here, and then let's say rook over, I move. He sacks, and he goes with a check, and then he takes. Sorry, not takes that. He takes this. That is what he wants. I am sure of it. I am sure of it. Okay, I think what we do is we do this. I think we just do this. Yes, he's going to be able to hold on to his pawn, but then my pieces get very active, and we avoid any shenanigans where the knight is forking me. Of course, this is not a possibility. Take it, so queen g3 would make it a possibility, but then I have time to respond. Maybe queen e5 or something else. Queen g6, I don't know. I assume he's going to take and move his rook over here. I assume that's what's going to happen. And then moves his rook first. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So what do we do here, guy? What's the move? I don't exactly know. What is the move? Kind of messes up the pawn structure. It gives me one weak target over there. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I'm just going to position my rook here. That I have options to swing over. Okay. Let's bring my knight in to the action. Maybe setting up some tricks on the king. Okay, so knight g4, definitely a move to consider. I think I will. And if I can play like an f5 or an h5, probably f5 to really support the knight. I think I like that. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. If he ever plays h3, I wonder... Oh, maybe I can't win the pawn because king g2. I was going to say, can I play rook h6? Maybe not. But this one, you know, it looks like loses the pawn to e3. So f5, I think, still is a good move. And then h3, maybe I just go back. Maybe I just go back. So rook g1, f5. Oh, you can't play rook g1. You lose a pawn. Never mind. Never mind. So h3. Here. And I go back. You made a new opening line with all the ops and variables. You named it Optimus Ponimus. You're about to click save and the power went out. Oh man, that is brutal. Okay, guys. Should I trade the knight? All right, we'll play a rook ending, I guess. Guess we'll play a rook ending. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Connor. Yeah, I'd like to see that opening, actually. Maybe I'll start using it. Seems like a fitting name for a stream where we give up our pawns. Ooh, f5. Okay, I didn't consider that one. If I take... No, I've learned my lesson. I'm not doing that again. I've learned my lesson from last time, my friends. Yeah, that's a good move. This is going to be awkward for me, but I don't think we can get around it. We're going to get some doubled pawns. He might even play f4, I was just going to say. So I can't go here because of the fork, which means I have to go here. And now he's going to take. Yeah, this is a bit awkward for me. That was a good move. f5 was a good find. I don't think it's so bad. I mean, yes, the pawns are awkward, but so are white's. White's pawns are awkward too, so it's just kind of an even. I think we want the king to be over here. Huh. Is there no way for me to win a pawn here? So here, he's going to go rook c3. I could play d5, temporarily sacking it, and then come here. Or b5, maybe b5. And then it looks like I do win a pawn. Okay. Ah, no, but he plays c5. Wow. Okay, but then I can even maybe push by or something. All right, so if he takes, we take and take. We get 2 for 1. If he pushes, I might just go by, and then he defends, and then I attack. And he comes up, then I play d4. I'm busting through. I've got both rooks ready to invade. Okay, we don't want to get skewered and lose a piece, so I think we have to go here. Okay, so we take. He comes down. 20 memberships from Kevin. Man. Making sure everybody gets their name highlighted in the chat. I like it. I like it. Okay, so what's going on? Do I give this pawn up or not? That's the question. I think the answer is no, because then he's able to double up his rooks. Very unfortunate for me. I'm pretty sure we should defend. I think this is one of those weird exceptions where normally you would never want to put your rook like this, but in this case, I feel like maybe we should. Ah, but if he comes back, that's exactly what he does. Look at this guy. Okay. But now his rook is not ready to invade, so at least I accomplished something. At least I accomplished something. Maybe. I don't know if I did or not. And now we can push this guy. Yeah, this is going to be interesting because he's got the H-pawn, but I've got the C-pawn. So what's going to happen? Your guess is as good as mine. But my rook is behind my pass pawn, which is what you want. His is not. Okay, fine, dude. I'm going to just push. You go right ahead. I'm going to defend, and I'm going to push. And I'm going to push, and I'm going to push. Uh-huh. Okay. Just going to push. And push. I'm going to use my king to support. I'm going to... what do we do? What do we do? All right, let's do this so we can come around with the king. We can also target these pawns as another option. So we have lots of options here. I think I want this guy supported. Okay, let me go stop that. Let me go take all his pawns. Actually, let me go here first. Hold on. I want to make sure there's no tricks where he gets a queen somehow like that. I want to give myself some time. Now I'll take these. Actually, no, I won't. I'll push that. Okay, do I defend or do I take everything? I'm going to take everything. Oh, no. Nelson. Now I have to flag him. Only chance. What an awful thing to do. What an awful thing to do. Is there any trick here? No tricks. I lost. I just lost. That's it. I just lose the game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dude, I was totally winning. I was totally winning that game. Dude. Those are the worst. Those are the worst. You outplay him the whole game, and then at the very end, you're just like, here, just take a free win. Just take it. Man. I had so many things I could have done differently. Like, so many things. Yeah. Like, look at this position. There's no... Oh, it's not winning for me? Stockfish says this is a draw? You kidding me? How is this a draw if I just, like, do a normal move like this? What is white going to do? King G2. Let's say I come over here. Okay, so apparently it wasn't a win like I thought. All right, it makes me feel a little better. I didn't take a win into a loss. I took a draw into a loss, but still, But still. Apparently my win was earlier. Let's see, what did I miss? Where was the winning position at? It was around here. Right here. So the winning move is rook c8. Let's say white does the same thing. c3. They push. Rook b2. And we force the issue right away. And they don't have time to do anything with this pawn. And now we play d5. We play d4. We come up with our king. We come in with our king. I don't know why it's a win just yet. And then we come over with the rook. Where's the win? I'm still looking for the win. Then we come up with the king. So we're basically going to force him to sacrifice his rook for our pawn. Like this. And then we are winning. We just take the pawn and we win. Dude. That one hurts. That one hurts. Okay, game aborted. Man, guys. Now I'm going to be tilted. Now I'm going to be tilted. So I think we could just play e5 here, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just gambit a pawn back rather than letting white have all the fun. Whoa, queen h5. What is this? What is this? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? So if I take, he wants to do something like bishop e3, and white's going to have a lot of fun, and I'm not going to have any fun. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to play knight f6, I think. Let him take. Then I'm going to play bishop e7 and just develop. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Rather than letting white sacrifice all the pawns and get the fun, I'm going to sacrifice some pawns and have some fun. Now I can castle, bring my rook, line up on this, knight here if I want. Yeah, maybe knight c6 is good. Knight c6, bishop b5 though. So maybe I'll just castle first. He's going to castle long. That's what this person's going to do. Okay, you know what? Oh, there's also this. I didn't even see that. Is he actually going to take that though? Okay, let's play knight c6. So bishop b5, right. And then what? If we castle and this trade happens, yes, I value that because I expect the castling here and I would like this open file. So I think, oh my, Kevin with the 20 memberships. Odin wants Danish Gambit. All right, we'll play Danish Gambit if we get a chance. So it's bishop d7 or it's castling. I'm not sure the way to go. Let's castle. I think we got to get the king. There's too many pins here that we need to just get away from. And now we are ready. Oh, wait a second. Do I have a fancy move here, guys? Do I have a fancy move with bishop d6? Maybe not. What about knight g4? Where's the queen going to go? No, maybe not. I mean, bishop d6 does stop this. I'm not sure if I'm worried about that. I don't think I am. I'm not worried about it. All right, we'll take. It was worth considering. Yep. Okay. Should I have been worried about that? Oh, I thought I could play this, but now I'm noticing my bishop. Wait a second. Huh. What's the pawn count? 3, 6, 7, 3, 6. So we're down 1 pawn. Okay. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. The question is going to be, how do we get the most bang for our buck here, right? We're going to be down a pawn. How do we get the most compensation for it? So, for example, bishop a6 with the annoying bishop along this diagonal. Maybe bishop g4. Knight d5. Takes. Really wish I could just sack this. Is that even possible? Is that a crazy idea? Takes. It's probably a crazy idea. Bishop g4. We're down a piece at that point. There's moves like queen d6. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't sack the bishop. Okay. All right. Man. What I don't like is that he's going to trade queens. I don't like that. But we can't do anything about it. So, no worries. We're going to go bishop g4. My idea is, after the queen trade, I have an attack on the pawn, and he can't castle anymore to defend it. That's it. That's my plan. Goes bishop h5. Okay, well, he's going to have to create some weaknesses to do what he's about to do, so fine with me. Go back. Before I'm going to go back, I think. Well, now he goes for 92. Okay. Yeah. Wish I could keep the queens on the board. The only way now is queen e8, which is not a lovely move to have to play. Not a very lovely looking move, is it? I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do. Thinking about just rook c8. Or taking and then rook c8, bishop moves and then c5. Maybe something like that. Big L. Gifted memberships. All right. Thank you. Does knight d5 make any sense, guys? So knight d5... All right, fine. Take it, bring the rook over. We just play chess. We're down a pawn, but it is what it is. Opening was not a success. We'll just leave it at that. Opening was not a success. We got outplayed. And now it's a question of, can we come back? Can we come back? I'm going to go c5. I want to get rid of my isolated pawn, and I want to open up some files. Attacking my bishop. I don't want to lose my bishop, so I think I'm going to go back. Unless there's any reason to take here, but I don't think so. So let's just go back. Controlling these squares from the knight. And I'm just going to try to activate the rooks and see if we can get some counterplay here. Yep, so we trade off the isolated pawn. Okay. I'm going to go here and double up. I'm going to create a battery on the king here and see what we can do. Our opponent is like playing a speed chess game. Clearly, they have only used a minute for the first 16 moves of this game, which is kind of insane. So I don't know what's going on. They just take that without even thinking about it. Which way do I go? Let me go here. Well, maybe I should do this first, actually. Let's line up first, then we'll attack it. How about that? Plays rook d4. Okay. Might be a good move. That might be a good move. Try to attack the knight. I didn't check this account. Is this a new account? No? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we just walked into some opening that they've played a lot or something. I just feel like I'm getting blown off the board, to be honest with you. Like, absolutely just blown off the board. Let's play h5 so we don't get checkmated. I don't like these 3 pawns. I don't like it at all. Yeah, and he's going to try to trade. Actually, he's going to force a trade. Look at this guy. Man. Look at this guy. He's forcing a trade. Wow. Dude. I don't even have an option to keep the piece on the board. Because if I move the rook, he takes my bishop. Unless I'm going to sack here, but that seems desperate. Seems desperate. Man. Let's chase the knight. I can't do anything. Like I can't do anything at all. This is an awful position. And we're not going to be able to stop 3 pawns. It's a lot of pawns. 2, maybe we could try. But 3 pawns is just too much. I guess our only chance is if our opponent keeps playing like a bullet game and maybe blunders something. But well, as I say that, it happens. It actually happens. And that's what we needed. Now we're back in the game, at least. Now we are back in the game, my friends. Try to make our own pass pawn. Of course, I have to keep an eye on this, but I want to also create my own threats too. I'm going to set up something a little sneaky here. We can get the bishop on c4. We might just have a checkmate. So I go, he goes, I go, he goes. It's checkmate. I win. The white has to find a different move. Nope, that loses. That just loses. Okay, this game. Wow. The opening was called the Blackmar Daymar Lemberger Schneider attack. Never even heard of that. I didn't even know that was a thing. This might be an opening I have to start playing myself. Man. Lemberger Schneider attack. Yeah, we're gonna check the middle game and see what was going on. Maybe this is like a kid who's just impatient, very strong kid who's just too impatient. Or they study a lot of openings, but they don't know what to do in the end game. Or I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Because the play early was very good, and then it was just like the blunder was like, what? Really obvious. So I can go check here. Check. No, well, we don't need to mess around with that. We just stop the pawn and win. Check. Check. Get the queen. We get the queen. All right, let's see what's going on. What happened in this game? Because I am really confused. Really. What I suspect is that we played into an opening that they've studied, and so they knew exactly what to do. And then when the end game came around, it was just, I don't know, fell apart. I don't know. Let's see. So e5. Okay, so e5 is a move. And queen. Oh, yeah, this is an opening. I've never seen this before, guys. Queen h5. This is the Schneider attack. The Schneider attack. And I blundered. Wow. I mean, I didn't exactly blunder. I wanted to do that, but this is good for white. Huh. How about that? Yeah, what I suspect is they've just played this a bunch and they knew exactly what to do. And then, yeah, they just traded the rooks. I mean, nothing super crazy. Just like, I'm ahead, I'm going to trade. And then, I mean, this blunder, though, like, that is, for a 2200 rated player with 7 minutes on the clock, I mean, that is just hard to explain, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. I have no words. I have no words. All right, folks. I've got one last game in me. And then it's time for some lunch. Here we go. Danish gambit was requested, so we'll try it. Okay, we're going to try a Danish gambit. Let's go with the D4. Oh, it's a French. There's no Danish here. They're studying chess 24 hours a day. Uh-oh. 24 hours a day. Let's see if they've seen this move. Have they studied this one? Okay. True test will be if they play knight h6 here. That's a true test. That's the Stockfish move. Okay, they play the normal move, so they need to study more. I think they need to study more. That's what I think. 24 hours a day is not enough. If you want to master chess, you got to bump it up. Okay, they're thinking about it. Are they going to fall for the trap? Drum roll, please. Wait for it. Wait for it. No, they're thinking too long. They're probably going to go back. The moment has probably passed. Usually if people play it, they play it pretty quickly because they look briefly, they play it. This person's taking their time, which tells me they're going to play knight f6, which is fine. Which is fine. No problem. He's studying my stream. He's studying Just Vibes live streams 24 hours a day. Not a bad strategy. Not a bad strategy at all. Yep, there it is. There it is. For those of you unfamiliar, it's queen h4 check, g3. They take. We drop the bishop back with a pin. And wow, bishop b. This is a very strange move because it allows me to play c3 with the tempo. Now, yes, you take away one square from my knight, but I can't imagine that if you're studying chess 24 hours a day, you would play a move like that. So, not really sure. Anyway, I'm going to castle. And I think it's time. I think it's time to play queen e1. And we would like to come over here for the checkmate. He plays this move. Okay. So there is a sacrifice in chess called the Greek gift sacrifice, where you sack your bishop, and the idea is to follow up with the knight and the queen. I actually think it applies here, at least partially. The question is, what about king g6? Because normally the queen would be on the d1 square, not the e1 square. So we have some interesting differences. So I'm definitely tempted because if the king goes back, I'm happy. I think we got queen h4. That's all I could ever dream to have in a chess game. The only thing is king g6. Because I can't go queen g3 because this bishop, right? So that's the... I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'm just... Queen h4, there's rook h8. Rook h8. Man, I just don't think it works, guys. I just don't think it quite works. But what other options do we have? Knight g5. Knight g5 is interesting. h6. And then what? Not sure. Bishop g5 is interesting, but then f6 and then what? Then queen h4 though. No, I'd be happy with that. So bishop g5, f6, queen h4. Bishop g5 maybe somewhere else. All right, we'll try it. Seems like the most promising. Really wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Queen h4? No. Takes. We have checkmate. So you have to go h6. And what do I do? What do I do? Knight d2, but then you're going to take. So unfortunate, isn't it? Is there any way, guys? Is there any way to make this work tactically? Queen e4. Here, h6, queen e4. There's always going to be that annoying f5 move, though. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to just play some regular chess here. My attack is just not quite there right now. I need more pieces. Hey, Tara. Thank you. God bless you, too. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. So, keeping an eye, but just looks like it's not quite there, which is crazy because usually when the pieces are like this, there's something, but I'm just not seeing it. I am just not seeing it. Gonna bring in more pieces. Gonna bring in more pieces and see what we can do. Okay, now that makes me wonder. That move makes me wonder. I see this. I see this. I see this king and I see this bishop and I see my queen and I see this, okay? And I'm envisioning we play c4, the knight moves, and we somehow win a rook, okay? The question is, does it actually work? Well, we're about to find out. This would be the way to do it. It's going to work. We're about to find out because we'll need to play c4 and then okay. Queen h4, the h6 is the problem. But then it does allow me to bring the other pieces over. Knight e5. Bishop b7. Maybe we sack here or something. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, it's either knight e5 or queen h4, but which one? Which one do we go for, my friends? Ooh, not an easy decision. Not an easy decision at all. I'm gonna go 95. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we sack on f7. Maybe there's some trickery. He goes h6. Okay. What is happening? What is happening, guys? I keep wanting to sack a piece. I just don't see it. I just don't see the follow-up. So I'm really holding myself back here. I'm really holding myself back. Okay, so takes. He takes with the knight. We have c4, but why? Huh. Well, now, isn't that interesting? Yeah, c4 actually doesn't look so crazy. What I want to do is move this knight away. Then we take and open up the king. Okay, so the knight moves. We take, he takes. Some sort of check or something? I don't know. Hold on, hold on. Oh yeah, there's some really interesting stuff here, guys. Like really interesting. Like I'm even wondering if we sack the rook instead to keep the knight on the board. Wow. So knight b4. Wait, hold on. If there's a knight there and I have the queen there, then maybe we would be winning. Oh, maybe we would. Okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe we, okay, knight b4 takes check here, 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 here. He's got two pieces, but I have a queen. The queen's better. Yeah, so maybe knight b4 is not good. So, but if you don't play knight b4, you're losing a piece, right? If you take queen b4, what? What? No, 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 no. There's no way. I mean, first of all, I could just take the knight. Oh, he wants check. Maybe I can't take the knight. But there's no way that's a good move. There is no way in the world that that is a good move. Hold on. Maybe we just go here. We just take it with check. The knight can't take, so you have to take with the pawn. Then we go check. King moves. And then we just go checkmate the king. That's it. That's it. Easy. Just as simple. Easy. Gonna take this way. Check here. Mate. We're gonna win. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Oh! What? The knight was guarding the queen. Yeah. All right. Good game. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to defend those positions. So they were trying some creative stuff. You have to give them credit for that. All right. Got a 80 accuracy. Not too bad. Let's go and take a quick look because that was a pretty interesting game. They dodged the trap. Yeah, this move just doesn't look great. I mean, we get this huge lead in development, and then here was the opportunity. Okay, so what does Stockfish say? Nope, Stockfish says it was a blunder because king g6. King g6. Now, if the king goes back, like I said, I would be very happy. Queen h4, checkmate is coming. You try to defend, thank you very much. Checkmate is still coming, right? So we would have been happy. The problem is king g6. And like I said, normally if the queen is on the light square, maybe we could play queen d3. Maybe we could play queen g4 to keep the pressure. But here, we don't have a good option because the bishop. And if I try queen h4, this rook comes over and we can resign. Probably some, yeah, knight takes e3 is even just winning. Like, black's just crushing me. So it's good that I avoided that in this case. Now, whoa, now we sack. Why? Oh, because now I can play knight g. I can't believe I missed that. I can't believe I missed that. Dude. So you sack now. You just sack now, and then it's almost the same thing. Because they don't want to come up now because that's simply checkmate. Wow. So you get the Greek gift sacrifice position, and you win. Oh, man. That's it. That's it. Okay, we didn't see that. Again? What in the world? This move, guys. Look at this. Bishop takes h7? Even when the knight can take it? And again, queen h4? Are you kidding me? What am I missing? What am I missing? Knight e5? What am I missing? You're just going to come up and over? Is that what's going on? Wow. You're just going to come up and over. The only way black can stop you is bishop e2 to h5. Oh, so you don't do that. You bring the other rook. This game is what, and you're getting ready for a double sacrifice? Dude, double rook sacrifice to get rid of the knights. So, okay, let me just remind you guys. We had this position. And what Stockfish wants to do is sack the bishop, bring the queen, threatening checkmate. So, of course, the knight's going to move away, but it's no longer checkmate. No worries. We're just going to come in, come up and over, and checkmate here. So, black plays bishop a6, bishop e2 to stop us. Now we're losing because they have knight h5 to block us off. So we say, okay, no problem. We go here. I mean, look at this move. This is what is happening. Look at this bishop. So we go there so that we can sack for both knights, both rooks for knights, and checkmate here. Unbelievable game. So rook f to d8 is the best move for black because now the double sack no longer works. And black wins. They win. See how many ways you can go wrong in this game? So now, if they play a good move here, we don't do that. We play c4 to get rid of the knight. And we take it. And then black goes here to block us off. And we go rook e4 or g4 to win. I mean, this is why you don't play chess against engines, guys. This is why. Anyway, back to my game. Yeah, queen b4 just loses. Even if they don't lose the queen, I was going to go here. And then I was going to go to h4. And this is a checkmate threat. And so you have to play queen d2. Actually, queen d2 is a pretty good move. Yeah, but I could still just take the knight. I could just take the knight and I still have a winning position. All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate the sponsorship on the channel. Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you, Rob. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. Stay sharp. Play smart.